Hello everyone, welcome to Lavenlxy episode. Today I'm going to share with you a very interesting part, which is the one bedrooms condo in Singapore. As we all know that the one bedroom prices are getting much and much higher, almost more than 1 million. And the question is, are these still attractive in terms of numbers? Today I will be sharing with you 4 listings that I have right now, and I'm happy to tell you why these 4 listings are very good for your investment, especially you want to collect passive income. Okay, let's look at the past 20 years in terms of the sales performance of the resale and new launches one bedroom for 99 years leasehold. As we all see that the prices for one bedrooms are increasing no matter you are choosing a new launch or resale. But the interesting part is, if you notice ever since from 20 years ago, the prices for new launch and resales are actually intercepts. However, when it goes down to this year as of 2026, the price gap in between the new launch and one bedroom is almost 50%. So if you are to ask me, is it wise to buy a one bedroom new launch or better or to buy a resale price that has much more cheaper and you can still collect your rental? Now my answer is, it is definitely a better choice to consider a resale one bedroom if you are looking to hold it for very long and if you are looking to hold it for your passive income for the next 30 years. So here are the fun facts about one bedrooms condo. As we all know that URH board do not impose any minimum flat size by Minister Wong. That also explains that there will be fewer smaller size units coming out. There will turn out to be a scarcity and thereafter more quantum for new launches. This explains why that I mentioned earlier in the previous slide that the price gap for new launch and resale are getting more and more wider because the price is getting much more expensive for the new launches. So is it actually safe to enter a resale one when your new launches prices have almost 50% gap for your exit strategy? So I have 4 different listings located at mainly 2 from RCR, 1 from RCR and 1 from CCR. So this actually depends on your financial affordability and what kind of location that you are looking for. So let's dive deeper to find out more what is it about. The first listing I would like to share with you is Parc Rosewood, located near Woodlands MRT, and this is a most popular hotspot among Malaysia who is getting PR looking to buy something near JB. So a lot of people would like to buy this for their own stay, especially the kind of price range that is way below the 700,000, and right now we are actually looking something below 700,000 that marks the highest record price in the whole project. So the seller is actually very sincere. And then what I want to share with you is that if you are someone that is below 35 years old, income is about 3,900, you can earn up to 580,000. Ideally, you could have at least a passive income about $600. So how I actually get these numbers from is because currently our rental until end of October is about 2,400 per month. If you are buying for own stay, you can keep it for rental first and then decide to actually buy it for own stay. Otherwise, you can keep on continue the rental if the tenants would like to renew. So with the maintenance fee, property tax, as well as your CPF allocation per month, you could at least get about $600 passive income. Sounds good, right? Do let us know. So moving forward to this particular project, I want to share with you is this so-called the stack facing analysis that I want to tell you. So ideally, this is the whole project that is mostly facing the expressway. But a good interesting point about this, especially if you are buying for own stay, you do not face any expressway from your unit, and it's also quite near the circuit, allows you to walk the nearest bus stop to the Woodlands MRT Causeway point. And if you look at the layout, I would say it's very efficient. There is also extra bomb shelter at the left side, allowing you to have north-south orientation or original conditions, so you can feel free to renovate at your own cost. And the most importantly, the whole project by high level is actually 5th floor and your unit is around 3rd floor. So let's look at this beautiful living room. That is what I want to share with you. Imagine your facing of the balcony is actually pool facing. It's extremely quiet, and I will say that you are not facing any west sun. So feel free to scan this video to see the actual video. I will say that is the exact kind of conditions when I hand over to the tenants. The second OCR project I would like to share with you is Watertown, located at Punggol, and I would say this is very interesting because there are only 6 to 7 integrated projects in the whole Singapore. So Watertown is actually one of them, which comes with MRT, pizza and mall at downstairs. So that means to say whoever buy on top of the mall will get an extensive additional premium levels on top of the shopping mall. So the view will be slightly more higher than the normal residential building. So I will say this project right now, highest transacted is already 1.185, and we are looking to actually sell at below $1 million. And with the profile details with the same age, the income is about $5,000 with CPF allocation about $1,000. You could actually collect about almost $1,000 for passive income. And guess what? Our current rental is slightly higher than the normal average rental, which is $3,300 with a maintenance, property tax, and the money installment. This is kind of a passive income that you could get when you want to buy it for investment. So let's look at the site plan and the layout. With more than 600 plus units, we have one bedroom come with loft and non-loft units. And our loft units actually facing the Punggol Central, and that means to say you could enjoy a partial unblocked view. What does this mean to you? So if you're someone who really prioritizes a privacy view that you do not need to face any neighbors unit inside when it's at the night time, that is a very major impact and difference that you could see if you want to go for physical viewing. So a lot of people love to choose some of the privacy view where no one can see your unit, and our unit is actually quite close to the nearest entrance to MRT, which brings convenience to your tenants or yourself who are looking to buy for own stay. So with the loft unit, that also means that you have extra space to use it as a walk-in wardrobe or probably another one more space for sleeping. So one good thing about this Watertown, because it's located at Punggol MRT, that comes from a Cross Island line that will be finished by around 2030 to 2032. So with this Cross Island line, this will bring you more accessibility for you to access to many places when you buy it for your own stay or future investment. Another interesting part about Watertown, especially for loft units, I would say it's very rare to have a landscaping living room in the unit itself, because most of the one bedrooms don't come with landscaping living but more towards the portrait view. So with that being said, so you have more privacy space in the living room. You can also put a dining room or even convert it as a study room. So if you look at the views from it, although it's located a bit slight west, but with the fins provided by developers, this will help you to reduce the heat to the living room. And the most important part is your master bedrooms with loft, I like, is actually quite close to the window. That means to say you can have more ventilation if you want to sleep with windows open. Feel free to scan this video before and after, imagine yourself putting your furniture in the house so that you can visualize how you make use of the space. And you can feel free to drop me a text if you want to view this unit. The third project that I would like to share with you, which is one of the most well-known projects, which is Normanton Park. The first project that is done by Kingsford, the fact everything is almost nothing. So today I'm going to share with you this Normanton Park with about 4% rental yield, which is something that you can find something below 1 million in RCR area. Look at this Normanton Park. The prior transaction is about 1.25 million, and today we are looking at below the average prices, below $1 million. So if you look at this unit selling price, I think later I will share with you about the site plan and why this particular unit has a very different standard among the rest in terms of the one bedroom comparison. So now let's look at the numbers itself. Currently we are looking at about 950,000 negotiable, with the average money rental about 3,004. Currently the unit is owner occupied, so you can choose to buy it for your own stay or investment. The interesting part about this one bedroom in the Normanton Park is that because there are many units, almost 1,000 plus units, your maintenance fee is very cheap, which is about $200 plus. So with the average rental about 3,004, after deducting all the expenses, you could have at least a passive income about $1,001. Sounds very good, right? Now let's explore the unit analysis. This project, many have a lot of options to choose one bedroom if they are looking for investment for own stay. So to start with, right, our main entrance is one of the closest convenience to our unit. So it's looking for the point of tenants perspective. Sometimes tenants would like to have easy accessibility from the mega development to the nearby transportation. So with the nearest side gate to our unit, this actually matters the most, especially during the raining day. You do not have to open the umbrella to other plots in the whole project. And also I like about it is actually a privacy view, because our unit is not facing inside, so you do not have to face any pool facing or facing other neighbors' unit. So that actually brings more privacy if you want to buy with own stay. Thirdly, quiet facing, because we are not facing any pool. Ideally, it's not much of the human beings doing any activities in front of you, so it's much more quieter. And in terms of the unit facing analysis, this is something that I want to share with you, because most of the stats in the towers, we have about 3 stats belong to one bedroom. So when we actually bought this unit, right, ideally we're looking at something that is very different from the other one bedroom in the whole level. So out of these 3 units, we are actually choosing the first one from the left side, because number one, the main door is not facing the other's neighbor's unit. So that's why it is very privacy, especially for those who are buying for own stay as a single. They want something very privacy, not just for the main door, but also from the balcony. Number 2, this is something that I want to highlight, which is your so-called concrete wall. So this unit is actually have a left concrete wall at the balcony, allows you to have more privacy, that you do not have to see others' unit when you step out of the balcony. So in other words, it won't feel so-called clustered when you are staying in this unit. Thirdly, I'm going to share with you is the layout. The reason why we pick this layout is because it comes with a jack and jill door, not just from the main door but also from the kitchen. With this layout, we can do something like an enclosed kitchen, so that you can easily cook your access to the kitchen. So with the functionality in the kitchen, your guests will be able to access to the bathroom without going through the master bedroom. So that is the reason why we pick this particular unit, particular facing, because it actually differentiates almost the rest of the one bedroom in the whole project. The last but not least, the CCR project in the Bugis. Have you ever wanted to own a one bedroom at the CCR, looking for something ideally around 1.1 million? Fret not, we also have one unit especially for you. This unit that we are looking at is not a one bedroom but more towards the studio. However, you can feel free to do a partition wall if you would like to have more of separate space. So with the prices starting from 900,000 all the way to 1.39 million, we are actually looking below the average price in the whole project. So that means to say, right, you are actually buying something very valued units, especially like a studio or probably like a one bedroom layout at a studio price. So this project actually give me a very wow impression, because I have been helping this owner to rent out almost 2 to 3 years, and I can say that the rental is super duper high. With such a so-called layout with 400 plus square feet, we can easily fetch a rental up to almost 4,000. So with such a similar quantum, about $1 million, you can get 4,000 rental yield. And with all the maintenance fee, property tax together, etc., your passive income is almost close to 1.6 to 1.7. So do not that these kind of numbers only determines if you are about 35 years old and below, you have an income about 5,008, and you have CPF allocations to pay for your monthly installment, then you will have about passive income almost close to 2,000. So what is the good thing about this layout? Let me share with you more in details. So look at the condition of the unit itself. This is something that I really like about the developer, because this developer actually give a very good furnishings with movable wardrobe. With this kind of layout for studio units without balcony, you already save a lot of wasted space. So if you look at the whole condition of the unit plus the ceiling height more than 3 meters, you could easily fit at least a queen size bed as well as dining area. All you need is to do a so-called partition movable wall. You can enclose it like a one bedroom. Now let's look at the window itself. One thing that I really like about this unit is because this particular stat studio happens to face an artistic wall from the other building. So that gives a very different kind of vibes. It's not just that you are sitting in the studio at the one area, you will still get to see a very beautiful art view. So with this kind of layout studio unit, you could actually easily fetch about 4,000, and our current tenant is a Japanese tenant who has been well taken care of it. So if you are keen to find out more about how the units looks like, you can feel free to scan the video and let me know if you are keen to have a viewing. We do have a recent transaction price. Same that with higher floor, we already sold at about 1.08 million. And today we are actually looking at 1.1 million negotiable, which is a very fair price for you to consider, especially you could have a very good passive income as well as a very long-term rental tenancy. In short, I have came up with this table for you to consider. If you ever want to find out more about these 4 listings from mine, feel free to contact me. Do note that if you are buyers, there is no commissions required from your side because I'm collecting from the seller. And if you are Condo agents looking at this video, you can feel free to contact me and welcome Condos. And we are very serious to sell this unit because most of them are looking to upgrade to a bigger house. So if you are keen to find out more about how the money's worked on for your financial affordability as well as how you want to do it for your future rental, you can feel free to drop me a text. As much as I don't really believe in buying new launches, especially one bedroom in today's context, I would say that if you are still looking for something with a smaller quantum with a long-term passive income or for long-term rental income, I think one bedroom resale is actually one of your consideration. With all the available one bedroom in the resale market, I think there are a lot of choices for you. However, this is something very important for you to make the decision, especially you could be buying this as a last choice for your long-term rental income. So feel free to contact me if you want to see any of my 4 listings for one bedroom, and happy to share with you how you could do that to upgrade in future. Thank you.